Okay, so we've kind of gotten to know each other in part one of our funmentary. This time I'll try to explain the beliefs and morals of most cryptocurrency enthusiasts. We will try to analyze our current situation and propose a solution which, by changing our behavior just a little bit, can make us all much richer and happier at the same time. You must know that even though everyone has a right to pursue happiness, it's difficult for us to reach our goal when we're not free, and the fruits of our labor are taken without our consent. Just look at how elegantly Samuel Adams puts it. Individuals have exactly zero power to tell another individual what to do or to take his possessions without his consent. By that logic, it makes it mathematically impossible for 10 or even 1 million individuals to make just one individual do anything that he doesn't want to do or to take his possessions without his own free will. There is no other human being who has a higher claim of authority over your life than yourself. No group of human beings can legitimately abrogate your authority without your consent, regardless of the size of the majority. Or taking anyone's property, and especially the fruits of their labor, without their consent is theft and slavery and should not be tolerated by any civilized man or society. As legal direct slavery didn't add happiness to slaves, so too the current form of indirect slavery doesn't add much happiness to most people. So, will money make you happy? Now that's $1 million question, wouldn't you agree? As a matter of fact, just the disparity of an income alone would illustrate how bad the situation with money versus happiness really is. The current median household income in the US is about $53,000. If we were to abolish federal regulations passed from 1949 and abolish the Federal Reserve in 1971, that median household income would jump to well over $500,000 a year. That's more than $500,000 every year as a typical income. That makes the US federal government responsible for the loss of more than 90% of a person's income. But then we'll get to slave taxes like the income tax. So after the federal government steals indirectly 90% of the wealth produced by the majority of the working population, they have the audacity to make them work for free for half of the year by taking money from their paychecks. So, for each dollar that an average American puts in his or her pocket, about $19 are lost to the slavery system. In other words, if a person was working 50 weeks a year, he would work for the system for 47.5 weeks, all for nothing, and get paid for only 2.5 weeks of his labor. If the statements above do not describe slavery, then I'm not sure what does. We all know and agree that money doesn't buy happiness, but it wouldn't hurt to have it. If people can afford more pleasures, maybe that can make some of us happier. In any case, what we're trying to do here is to return the wealth to the people who actually produce it. This was our founding fathers' system of belief, and it should be yours too. It's the right thing to do, that's for sure, and I for one will definitely try to make the true wealth producers happier. Or, as Ayn Rand puts it, when you see that in order to produce, you need to obtain permission from men who produce nothing. When you see that money is flowing to those who deal not in goods but in favors. When you see that men get richer by graft and by pull than by work, and your laws don't protect you against them, but protect them against you. When you see corruption being rewarded and honesty becoming a self-sacrifice, you may know that your society is doomed. That's it for part 2. In part 3, we'll explore the reasons you're much poorer than you should be. Who, how, why, and in whose name get your wealth, and what are we as a society to do about it? Like our fun mentory, like our channel, sub to it, would do it for you. Cheers.